Alright, before we get started, I just wanted to let everybody know, before they get the wrong idea of me, I am not a smart person. I just happen to get lucky and fall into this. That being said, let's get into it. So, this is going to be a quick video of where Gil-Tek came from and where I hope it is ending up and what's been happening lately. I know I haven't been too active on social media. I mainly use Instagram. I have a Facebook, but I'm never on it. So if you're following me on that, I'm sorry. I'm not too big into social media. Let's get down to it. The shop that I'm in right now is actually not where Gil-Tek started. Gil-Tek started back in 2015 as an engineering company. I started it because I was working for a company that was an engineering company. They mainly did government contracts, but I wanted to do my own thing. I did some work for some companies around Colorado Springs and Denver, designing and then machining parts, and that's a lot of fun. I enjoy that the most. One day I wanted a Rexford Rut, and I could not get my hands on one. He was always out of stock. I wanted one. The aftermarket scene was well out of my budget. I don't know why the aftermarkets go for so much, but they are incredible tools. I just figured that I can design and make my own. I'm a machinist. I can do it. Difference is I wanted mine to be one-handed, one-hand operation. I was contemplating some different designs, and my buddy was like, why don't you make it like a USB drive, the ones where you push it down, you push it out, let go, it snaps into place, you plug it in, you're done, you can retract it. That's when an image popped into my head, and this is what I drew. Very simple. That was one of the things that I wanted. Simple, minimal parts, one-handed. Just a couple days later, after designing it and programming it, I came up with this one. As you can tell, it is left-handed, not right-handed, because I'm a moron and I don't know lefts from rights. A couple changes I ended up making, just the right-handed one. The V1, you could say, it needed some adjustments and tweaking, which I have plenty of different designs in progress of how they went. Someday I'll make a case for them all and put them on my wall or something. Designed it, made it. After I got it worked out, all the bugs worked out and figured out, my boss at the time, he came up and he was like, I want one. And my buddy that told me to make it like a flash drive, he wanted one. And then my brothers wanted one. And then a couple of their buddies wanted some. And it just kind of snowballed. And then I was like, I've got this company already. It's already registered and everything with the state. And let's see if we can make and sell them. So that's kind of where Gil-Tek, that everybody knows, started. And that was, I think, in 2017 when the Ruck came out. So I'm working here now at this shop, and the owner let me use his machines after hours and make them. And I was doing them on the side after work and on the weekends, and this mini mill right here is where it all started, there. And then eventually he let me use both of them on the weekends, and I just started cranking them out, and then I made a fixture for it, and I went from making them one at a time to 6 at a time. And then I just kept growing, and I have a lot of that has to do with you guys and supporting me. I listen to you guys. A lot of people are saying they wanted bottle openers and the hex and everything on it, so that's when I decided about a year later to come out with the V2, which is the most current one, but the one that most everybody knows and recognizes. At the beginning of 2020, I thought It was going to be my year, so I decided to pull the trigger on the VF2. Wow, was that a bad year to buy a machine. But I'm still here, still working, and still under his roof. He lets me put it here, and then when they've got extra work, I jump in and I do some work for them on my free time, which is the last year has mainly been all of the shop work, and I haven't been doing much of Gil Tech. But this is the corner that Gil Tech is. 16 by 16, and this is where it's being run out of. I got my computer, all my tools, inventory. The only thing that's not up here is the material, which is back in the saw room. The end of last year, my wife and I finally were able to get into a position to buy a new house. And we've been living in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath on the side of a mountain for the last 5 years. And I wanted to bring my machine home. I was commuting about 45 minutes each way, and I was going to rent out a building in Woodland Park, which is the next town up. It would save 15-20 minutes off my commute, and I'd have all my own space. But that all fell through due to the owner of the building wanting me to pay to finish out the rest of his building. And he wanted me to go get a loan for $250,000 to finish off his building, and he was still going to charge me rent. And he kept trying to say that it was a good deal. It was a great deal. And it's a great deal for him, horrible deal for me. That all fell through, and my wife and I, we decided to take what we were going to pay in rent there and what our mortgage was and combine it and buy a bigger piece of property with if it didn't have a shop, build a shop and try getting it all in one location. Ended up finding a place. It's much further out than we wanted. It has everything we want. It's got the shop. It's got each kid has their own bedroom now. More area to spread out. And the second week of May, High Country Rigging is going to be moving this machine up to the house. I have the power inverter, or the phase converter, already up there. It's not wired up yet. That will probably be done this week or next weekend, and just in time to get this thing moved up there. I'm trying to juggle everything so I have enough inventory, so if I'm down for a couple weeks while trying to figure out all that, I will not be getting behind on sales too far. Sales have been kind of slacking. I know I've been out of the colored anodized aluminum rucks. That's due to working here at the shop and not having enough time to make my own products. I have another wallet I want to come out with. There's more different versions of the ruck that are on the queue to be made, and it's all just time. I don't have enough time to spend down here. It's about an hour each way now, and I just can't wait to get it up to the new house. And once it's up there, I should be able to stay on top of everything and have more time to machine. With that being said, I know inflation this last couple years have been on a massive gain, massive rise, or whatever you want to call it, and everything is going up. That's one thing I wanted to talk about, was the price of the rucks and what's going to be happening with all the prices. I want to keep the prices where they are as long as I can. I'm guaranteeing throughout this next year, prices will not change. Everything that's out right now will stay the same. I would love to lower prices, but I don't think that's going to be possible with the price of material and tooling and electricity, everything going up. But I think I'll be able to manage to keep it all where it's at. New products that I come out with might be a little bit higher, but the products that I have out right now that have been out should not go up. Alright, it's that damn time to pick a damn winner for these damn rucks. Right now it is 9:57, April 29th. It's for this giveaway, if you don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm just using a random comment picker off of Google. I've already logged in, so it's got all the posts here. So we want giveaway time from the 21st. We want to get rid of the duplicates. Make sure you got an app mention in there. And then we'll see how many comments we have. I don't think I've ever had 1,000 comments on an Instagram post. But alright, we gotta pick 2 winners. So the first winner is Tear It Up, Fix It, Repeat. You won damn number 1. Alright, so now the second winner CA Bacon EDC. You won damn 2. Congratulations. Hit me up on my Instagram and we will move forward from there. Do not contact another scam account that has been trying to scam everybody saying that they won. You contact me on those accounts and we'll make sure to get these to you. So I'm standing out in front of the new shop that came on the property of the new house. And this is where the machine will be moving to. It doesn't have 3-phase. That's why I had to get that phase converter. I do have 3-phase down in the front, but for one machine it was cheaper just to run a phase converter. But the specs on this building is 60 feet long by 28 feet wide. This is a 12 feet wide by 14 foot high garage door. The shop is pretty much all insulated except for this end. There's a few pieces missing. This wall right here is actually an office underneath. It's finished underneath, so I made it into the office. And then upstairs, this beam right here, you can see it steps down. That is a second story up there. And the ceiling height up there is only about 6 feet, and I'm standing at 6'3", so I'm not allowed up there. The kids have absolutely destroyed it with toys, and that could be their area. But when we got in here, they had these fluorescent lights everywhere, and about only half of them work. So I've been slowly replacing them with LEDs. Some of these UFO ones still have to go up. But it had workbenches and shelves all along the walls over here. And I tore all those down along with this wall. It had a workbench. Tore all that out, and I used the lumber to make these rolling carts along with this one. So now I can move them wherever I need to. Funny thing about the shelves that were in here is when they bolted them to the wall, they didn't even hit a stud. They just drilled right into the sheetrock. They weren't even supported. And I was standing on them, so I'm very surprised that it held me. Underneath the second story is this area that I turned into a office. And it'll be inventory and supplies and just anything that I need for office space. Back here, again, in the directly behind the office is where the machine's going to be going. Somewhere in this location is where the machine will be. I'm still working on tying in all the air lines. They had PVC in here, which I don't really like PVC as air lines because PVC explodes when you put them under pressure for too long. I've been running PEX lines everywhere and then just putting drops every so many feet. Not much to see right now. I will be getting the machine up here soon, and we'll have more info for you after that. Now, I will document all the rigging and the installation, hooking up the phase converter, everything. So we'll have all of that for if anybody else is interested or curious how much it costs to hook up a VF2 in their garage. So I'm going with the American Rotary phase converter. I've talked to them. This is an 8050, and they said that will run the VF2 and shouldn't have any issues. So we will see once it's hooked up. Other than that, that's all I got for you today.